Prophet Hud holds a significant position in the Islamic faith as one of the early messengers of God. He descended from the lineage of Prophet Noah. He was born many years after the Great Flood. The people had spread across the earth. Hud was chosen to guide a specific group of people known as Ad. His lineage connected him to a legacy of prophethood. His message echoed the call for righteousness. The people of Ad had strayed from the path of God. They had fallen into polytheism and idolatry. They had forgotten the lessons of the Great Flood. Hud's mission was to remind them of their true purpose. He was to guide them back to the straight path. His task was challenging. The people of Ad were deeply attached to their ways. They were resistant to change. The people of Ad resided in a region known as Ahqaf. Ahqaf is believed to be a territory in southern Arabia. The people of Ad were known for their physical prowess. They possessed great strength and stature. They were skilled architects and builders. They constructed towering structures and elaborate cities. They became proud and arrogant. They attributed their prosperity to their own abilities. They forgot the blessings of God. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, chose Hud to guide them. Hud was a patient and compassionate man. He understood the challenges before him. He approached his people with wisdom and kindness. He called them to abandon their idols. He urged them to worship the one true God. He reminded them of their mortality. He warned them of the consequences of their actions. Prophet Hud's central message was the affirmation of God's oneness. He emphasized the importance of worshiping Allah alone. He condemned their idolatry. He called them to recognize Allah's power and mercy. He stressed the importance of leading a righteous life. He urged his people to be honest in their dealings. He emphasized the importance of charity and compassion. He condemned their arrogance and pride. He warned them against oppressing the weak and the poor. His message resonated with the natural inclination of mankind. Every human being is born with a natural belief in one God. This concept is known as fitra in Islam. The people of Ad had corrupted their fitra. They had replaced the worship of Allah with the worship of idols. Hud's message was a call to return to their innate belief in God. It was a call to purify their hearts and souls. Section 4. The resistance of the people of Ad. Hud's message was met with resistance from the people of Ad. Their hearts had hardened. They were blinded by their arrogance and material wealth. They mocked Hud's message. They ridiculed him for believing in an unseen God. They questioned his sanity and his motives. They refused to abandon their ancestral traditions. They clung to their idols. They challenged Hud to bring upon them the punishment he spoke of. They believed themselves to be invincible. Hud remained steadfast in his mission. He continued to call them to the right path. He reminded them of God's power. He warned them that no one is beyond God's reach. He knew that the decision to believe ultimately rested with them. Hud had conveyed the message. Now it was up to the people to choose. Section 5. The Divine Retribution. The people of Ad remained deaf to Hud's warnings. They refused to heed his call. Their disbelief and arrogance reached a peak. They challenged God to punish them if he was truly as powerful as Hud claimed. Allah sent down his punishment. A severe drought struck their land. Their crops withered. Their livestock perished. They faced famine and hardship. Still they remained defiant. They refused to acknowledge the signs. The drought was followed by a devastating wind. It raged for days. It ripped through their land with ferocious intensity. It destroyed everything in its path. The once mighty people of Ad were powerless against the fury of the wind. Their magnificent structures crumbled to the ground. Their civilization was reduced to ruins. The wind buried them beneath the sands. Their destruction served as a lesson to future generations. Section 6. A timeless tale of faith and perseverance. The story of Prophet Hud and the people of Ad is mentioned in the Quran. It serves as a reminder of God's power and justice. It highlights the importance of faith and obedience to God. It warns against the dangers of arrogance and disbelief. Hud's unwavering faith in the face of adversity is an inspiration to all. He remained steadfast in his mission. He never lost hope in God's mercy. He continued to call his people to the right path. He is a shining example of perseverance and dedication. The story of Hud teaches us that material wealth and power are fleeting. True strength lies in faith and righteousness. The consequences of rejecting God's message are severe. The story of Hud is a timeless tale. It carries a message that is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. It is a reminder for all of humanity to turn towards God. It encourages us to live a life of virtue and submit to His will.